Washington Capitals. Debuting in 1974 alongside the Kansas City Scouts, the Capitals have had what many consider the worst uniforms in hockey. Why? Well, looking at their original design, which lasted from 74 to 95, yeah, I can see why this goofy design would be detested by many despite the very fitting name and colors for a team in the US Capitol. The 95-96 season introduced the Screaming Eagle jersey, or Screagle as some call it, with a new color scheme of cobalt blue, copper, and black that even the Bullets would adopt when they rebranded themselves as the Wizards a couple years later. This would be replaced in 2007, and if you thought the Blue Jackets jersey screamed Reebok Edge, well, this one does too. It's meant to be a modern update of their original jerseys, and while I guess this looked decent for its time, man is it showing its age. The home red and road white feature plenty of that old Reebok piping on the sleeves, which Fanatics has carried over, with no real hemline stripe and details that only appear on the front, but not the back. The word mark used is, I guess, a decent update to the campy original, but that alternate W Eagle logo on the shoulders, or Weagle, is begging to be put on the front. It's a shame that the only time that logo has ever been on the front was for the 2023 Stadium Series. Speaking of Stadium Series, their blue alternate that was introduced in the 2020-2021 season is based off their 2018 Stadium Series jersey and manages to be both better and worse than that original. I like the striping used on the arms, and this one actually has a hemline stripe, whereas both elements were solid chunks of red on the original. However, where it drops the ball is the logo. The original said Caps on the front, but unlike other nickname logos, Washington already has the team name on the front anyway, so this nickname jersey wasn't as egregious as others, but I've never felt this W logo. I guess having the Washington Monument in the middle of the W is kind of cool, and it has the 3 stars from the DC flag, but the W as a whole is on the same level as the Commanders W. Since this year is the Caps' 50th anniversary, they were able to get special permission from Fanatics, so we've got a 4th jersey, which is a reuse of their second reverse retro jersey from 22-23. I still think this version of the Screagle is cool, but considering Fanatics said no new alternates for every other team, I get the sense that this jersey is in their lineup in lieu of a regular Screagle throwback in the Fanatics inherited Adidas template. I wouldn't doubt it was chosen because while the first Screagle reverse retro was cool, maybe they didn't want 2 red jerseys in their lineup and there was a black jersey during the Screagle era, though that jersey had the Capitol Dome on the front instead. Believe it or not, Washington was the first team to have an ad patch in 2022, and it's Caesars Sportsbook. You know what? Call me when Miller, Bud, Coors, or any other beer company puts a sponsor patch on these jerseys, and maybe I'll come around to it. Starting this year, the Caps Road sponsor patch is everyone's favorite platform, TikTok. I don't like it here any more than when it was on the Leafs helmets. Is it any mystery that the Capitals need a redesign? I suspect that much like the Patriots changing uniforms after Brady left, Washington is going to change their look once Alex Ovechkin isn't on the team anymore. But unlike New England, I sincerely hope Washington comes up with something good and not just repurpose a so-so alternate. That concludes the Metropolitan Division. Come back tomorrow where we'll tackle the Atlantic Division starting with the Boston Bruins.